Stampers and Crafters. This is Kevon from ktstamps.com, creating cards for you. And I am so excited that I am here today with you. It is one of those fun little things that I get to share. This week it's a twofer because I get to share yesterday and I get to share today. Now, today is Thursday, which means every other week I throw these creative dices. So this is the dice that I threw. Now, I have to tell you, I did not go very much with the brights. I went a little more with fun stuff. So, my bling, my embossing, my fun fold, my sympathy, turn that a little bit, and my brights, I did 4 out of 5. This first one does not have any embossing, but hey, I just went with it. So this is our first card, and it's just made with DSP. I really liked it. I first saw this from a friend of mine called Lisa Tedder. Hi, Lisa, I love you. And this is the card. She created a different card, and I just really saw it as a great card that I could share with you as a sympathy card. Loveliest of Trees is so much fun. It has sending heartfelt sympathy, and I really like that saying. And I felt like it just fit right up here in the center. We have some of our new white woven ribbon, and it is just really easy to work with. I don't know if I can get that in. There you go. You can see that it almost has 3 different areas that if you wanted to cut that in half, you could also do that. So we have that, and then we have our Opal rounds assortment, which are clear. I will get back to you on that one. Blue and this is Daffodil Delight. Okay, so I did use these on my card, and I just went with the clear ones. All right, so we're going to get ourselves started right now. Now, some of this I have cut because I knew it was going to take me a little bit of time, and other things just went together really, really easily. So now, let me bring in my paper trimmer. All right. So this is our standard size of card. The only difference is that we are going to score the top. And I'm going to bring in my ruler, best ruler in the whole wide world, Victor. Oh my God, it has 1/8, 1/4, 3/4, or 3/8, 1/2. I mean, it's everything. And then way up here at the top, you can see that it's 1/16, 3/16. Awesome, awesome ruler. So on our front part of our Night of Navy, we are going to score down the side at 2 inches. And we're just going to make a tick mark there. 2 inches. So you can see my little tick mark. Then we are going to score from the score line to our 2-inch mark. And we're going to score, not cut. So you have to really be aware of that. Now, some of you guys are wondering, where did you get this beautiful navy, Night of Navy paper? It's called Serene Love, and it has Lost Lagoon, Night of Navy, and Old Olive. And I'm using this, and then I'm also using the back. So when I cut my paper, the back up here is just from the piece that I cut off this bottom piece. So it's the reverse. Then I put this on the inside. Lots of flowers. I wanted a little more that was white. We have our Lost Lagoon, and it has different patterns on the back. And then you have Old Navy. And again, lots of different patterns. But this is the designer series paper I used. If you don't have it, it's really worth getting. All right, so now we are going to put our scores up here. Again, Lisa Tedder taught me this. Have your score first, because if you go to thinking that you have to cut but you score, it's usually why you do so. So I just put my score before my trimmer. So we are going to line this fold, the center fold, with our 2-inch line. Now once I get it down, I don't know if you're going to be able to see the line in between there. You can see a little pencil line that's in there. That's where we're going to score to. So all we're going to do is keep it lined up, and we're going to score down and back a couple of times. And then we're going to remove it. And you can see my score line runs right over top. And let me make sure that this was down. For some reason it feels wonky. Let me see if I can do this again. There we go, that's better. I think I put this up and it popped everything up a little bit. Sorry about that. So now we are just going to lay this down, and then I'm going to get out my bone folder and fold it. Did not do a very good job getting it to the corner. And I may have to bring back in my bone folder so I can do this. Card's gonna look a little wonky, but hey, that's okay. It isn't my first time. Let's try this and see if I can take this up just a little bit further. Nope, I am still staying right where I was. Okay, we're just gonna go with that. I may have to cut some of my other. Now, I did the exact same thing on my piece that I have inside. And I, again, just cut it normal, but I want to make sure that I am able to lay down my flap. And again, the flap is going to be a little bit wonky again, but I think I'm just going to go with it. Now, I also thought about doing one where I did white on top. So I had the white that came on top. But you know, I just didn't really feel, I really liked the white that was already in this. I really liked it a lot. Okay, so now I cut this at 1 7/8, and again up to the corner. But I have to trim just a little bit off because it is not fitting in my you want it to fit where the fold is. So I just need to, there we go. There we go, that's gonna fit just a little bit better. All right, and now I am just going to place this down. I'm just using my Tombow or my green glue or my liquid glue because I want to be able to move this around just a little bit. Okay. So I am just going to put it down and be able to just move it down a little bit. There we go. So that's what our bottom is. And you have your score line here. You just want to make sure that this doesn't buck up against it. So now I'm going to take my opposite piece and I'm just going to lay it down in here. Again, with my liquid glue. And I love the fact that this is just cut from my designer series paper. I love that. And because I didn't get this wide enough, then it just looks a little, you can't see some of the score lines up in here, or some of the layer of the Night of Navy, but you know, that's just gonna be okay. Okay, so we're gonna go with that. Now I brought in my insert, and what I'm gonna do with my insert is that I'm just lining it up on the inside. And then I am going to get my Night of Navy, get my stamp, and this is Sending Heartfelt Sympathy, and I'm just going to stamp it at the corner. Now, if I made a mistake, all I have to do is turn the paper over. And I really like that. And because it is a dark ink, I get ink all over myself, so I'm going to bring in my baby wipes. Wipe off my fingers, wipe off the stamp. I know I'm right in the middle of everything, but I got to do it. Otherwise, I happen to just stick my fingers in stamps. I don't know where they come from, but golly, I do a great job doing that. And I'm just putting this away, my stamp away, moving that out of the way, bringing out my insert. I really like this flower that's on the outside, so again, I am just going to lay that down, give it just a little bit of glue. Pat, thanks for watching. Oh my God, I really appreciate you being here. This is so awesome having you. I really love it. And now we are going to put this down. And you know, guys, if anybody else is watching, please let me know who you are. I love having people watch this. There we go. So that's what the insert part of our card looks like. And now I'm just taking my glue, coming up. Everybody has their own little style that they do their liquid glue with. And I'm going to try to line that up where I'm pretty much even on the front and on the side. And then there's where my Heartfelt Sympathy comes in. Now I have to tell you, this is really a quick card that you can make if you need to send out a sympathy. And I am so sad to say that I am having a lot of friends that are sick and that have passed on, and it's a bitch getting older. I have to say that. Just really hard. And it's mostly about my friends, you know? So now I'm just going to put a couple of dimensionals at the top, and then all I'm going to do is press this down. I like it because it gives me just a little bit of an opening, and it also makes it feel like it's full. Now I've told you guys before this that I am using tape and some, I don't think I have any, they're all tape right now, and some labels. And when I pull this off, this tape off, the backing of my dimensionals gets stuck on the tape instead of all over my house. So I really like that concept. excuse me. So now, I am just taking my ribbon that I made a bow with. I'm going to give it 2 glue dots, one on the top, one on the bottom, and then I'm just going to sit it right towards the top. And again, to me it feels like you're able to see how, you know, how the white and the blue matches each other. I'm such a fan of dark colors and white. They're just absolutely beautiful to me. So now I'm going to take the white glue dots, or the white, what are these, Opal round assortment, and stick one up by the sentiment. I do that so people can see the sentiment. I'm going to do another one, and these are the bigger ones, right between the bow. And then my last one, I'm just going to go off to the side with it and put it down on some white. And that just really makes my triangle. So that card is completed. And this is what the 2 cards look like. I just think that they're absolutely beautiful. I couldn't have asked for anything to look any better than that. And again, if you want to take a screenshot, please feel free. Now, people ask, where do you go when you need to find the dimensions? Right here at my blog, www.ktstamps.com. So go there. Everything is there. Sometimes you need to see this before you get all the dimensions. And now you understand how to make the card that I'm showing. So that's our first card. Our second card is this. And it is using the beautiful butterfly. And I used this one. And it had a whole bunch of the white that I needed to pop out. I also used the inside of this little thing for the head and the body of the butterfly. Then on the inside of the card, I wanted it to look like the butterfly was out floating around in the valley. So this is Meandering Meadows. And this was something that was really big towards the very beginning in January. And it has meadow scenes on the front and then nice little random type colors put together. And I just went through and found a piece that fit my size, and I just put it down as my card, and I just think it is beautiful. Then I have a friend who's going in for surgery, and she wants me to make this card for her. So she wanted Get Well Soon, but I decided that I would use Sending Hugs and then the butterflies. And the butterflies at the bottom were die cut from the sketch butterflies. This is where they are. All right, and again, this is a fun fold card. On the front, you can see in the background, I stamped with the elements of text, the big circle. And before I did this, I really made sure that I brought in my embossing buddy from the Embossing Editions kit. I wiped it all down, Versamarked this, then put white powder from the basic embossing powders. And then I used exposed brick 3D embossing folder. And I'm hoping you can see how it's embossed at the bottom. So after I did my blending, then I ran it through the Big Shot. I lied, the Stampin' Emboss and cut machine. And this just fits right on top of the fold. And then I added a body from Gorgeous Grape. This is Highland Heather. I have my fine purple glimmer dots. And then I sprayed it with alcohol and Stella. So that's how I did that. So you guys are going to see a lot of what I've done with this. I used a big embossing or a big blending brush at the very beginning, but then it wasn't dry, so now I'm using the small one. So I have most everything cut out and ready to rock and roll. So the first thing we are going to do is I want to make sure this is my scenery that I have for this one. I just really like it. I just thought it's flowers, and it goes below. Oh, I should turn it this way. It goes down below here. And it may even go this way. I don't know. But this is 2 parts. I think it goes this way. There you go. So I just cut this in half. I have my butterflies that I put on the bottom. And then I have my folds with my Highland Heather. Now this is going to be a folded card. And you want to make sure that you get a nice crease in this. And one more time, because you really want it to stay down. And now we are going to crease the middle. And we're going to do this one more time. I'm sorry I'm taking up so much time doing this. Okay? And then we're down. And so this card will sit from the valley to the mountain. This is how the card will sit. Okay, and then we're going to turn it vertically. So now let's go ahead. We're going to take this, and again, I used green glue on everything, and I want to bring in my, oh, I can't find my silicone pad. And anytime I stamp with photo polymer stamps, I use my piercing pad to stamp on. And the piercing pad looks like this. Okay, and it just gives you a little bit of flux when you stamp. So now we're going to take this, make sure it's going the right direction, and we're just going to put it at the bottom. So that's going to be the first part. Then we're going to open the card up. We're going to take our piece of Heather Highland, and we're really just getting it on the sides and on the top. So that's all we're going to do with this. We're not going to worry about how much room is at the bottom or towards the middle of the crease. And again, just putting a light amount. Remember, dot, dot, dot is a lot with green glue. And we're just going to put this down, try to make sure that it is even. For those of you that know me, know that my middle name is not straight. My middle name is like crooked all the way. So here we have our insert. I've already stamped in the Highland Heather sending hugs. So now I'm just going to take the back of my butterflies, and again, this is where I really do dot, dot, dot. And I'm trying to hold it up so you can see my dot, dot, dot. And I have hair all over my place. My kitty's in here watching. I don't know if you've heard her. Okay, and now we're just going to dot around the edges. So all you can see is that I'm just dotting really lightly. And I put sending love on here because whether you had someone pass or whether you are sending someone a birthday card. Yes, Michelle, I will send you a birthday card. We're going to, I think sending love says, or sending hugs sends a lot of it. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do. There's not a lot on here. And now what I did is that I just stuck it right towards the bottom. And that's my inside of my card. So now I'm going to take the back, add some glue to the back, make sure you get the sides, and then we're going to add this onto the card. And this can go right in the center of a card, just like you're layering a regular card. So then when you open it, it'll fit up and then fit back down again. All right, so now we have I've already embossed it. I've already Versamarked it, then put white embossing powder on it. We're gonna bring out Highland Heather. We're gonna just kind of start off a little bit light, gradually move up to just a little bit darker. Now this is also an embossing, what's it called? Let me think about what I remember. It's a technique where you will then put ink on this, and then you take a Kleenex and you wipe it off. And it can be Kleenex, a rag, paper towel, whatever you have available. And this is what I did. I'm going to add just a little bit more to it. And I want to be a little bit darker in the middle. And then I want to leave some white spots that are available. So now you got to run and get this washed as fast as possible. But we are going to bring in our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And we are going to emboss this with our exposed brick. And I want mine exposed right down here in the corner. And so I'm going to stick that in, line it up so it sits on this bottom line. And then I'm going to close it, making sure that the fold is going in first. So I just have my bottom plate, which is plate number 1. And then I'm going to put in my embossing folder. And then I have my 3D embossing plate. And so now it's going to make some noise. And it's going to go all the way through. Let me get this out of the way. And now you can see the emboss part. All right, so that's what I did with the emboss part. And then all I'm going to do is, because it is embossed, again, I'm using my glue, and I did find my silicone pad. And I like this because this has a lot of holes and a lot of ridges, and it will fit some of the glue in the holes and the ridges to allow it to stick better. And now I'm just going to put it on top. And I really like this because it gives it a little bit of white space and the colors really show well. I really like that. Just going to press on the side. And Pat, thank you for staying with me. I really appreciate your patience, and I appreciate you watching. So thank you, thank you, thank you for being here today. Now I'm taking my butterfly, and I'm going to give it a little bit of a bend. Taking out my glue again. I'm going to glue the middle of its body. That's all I'm going to do. And then I'm just going to try to put it in the middle of my card and just press, hoping that I have it as even on one side, whoops, as I do on the other. Now remember, if this gets sticky, you take your embossing buddy and then you tap over top of it and it will take the stick out. Sometimes though, you do get some results, adhesive results, and you need to make sure that you use your eraser to take it off, adhesive eraser. Now from this, I'm going to take my little baby, put a dot on the head and a dot on the body. And then I am sticking the body down and even with the bottom of the body on the butterfly. So that's what I have so far. Just being able to move it a little bit. So now I am going to take just a scratch piece. I have my spritzer. This is just a Stampin' Mist bottle. And I put alcohol and a full bottle, and I keep adding all the time, of my Stella. Shake it up. And then I just want the butterfly to shine. And here we go. I don't know if you can see the butterfly. Yeah, you can. A little bit of shine. Whew, I love it. And then we are bringing in our Purple Fine Shimmer gems. I'm using a small one on the head of the butterfly. And that will also add to the shine. I am using another one and putting it up and in between. And then another one that's up just a little bit higher. And that is my butterfly. And again, here's my card. So that's what I have for you today. So I hope that you have enjoyed this. Pat, if you can, leave me a little thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Show me your work, girlfriend. Okay, here are the two that I did. These are the two that I created today. This one, I want to just lift its wings just a little bit. These are the two that I did today. And again, okay to case. You know, you can give me a little bit of a shout out, but please feel free. I do this because I love it. I do this because I care that cards are out there. And you know, I am finding with so many of my friends that are passing and that are in the hospital, they love my cards. And so I feel like it's a gift. And I really want to share that gift with you so you can give your loved ones cards. And I do birthday cards, and I send as much stuff out to my friends as I can, just letting them know, because a lot of my friends are aging. So I want them to know how much I care about them. So in 2 weeks, I'll see you back. And with our 2 weeks, we got some new dice coming into play. And again, we got Regals, Embellish, Blending, Thank You, and another Fun Fold. So thank you so much. Thumbs up, okay, on Facebook, subscribe to me on YouTube, and come back again. So again, my name is Kevon. I'm at www.ktstamps.com, and my motto is creating cards for you. So thank you so very much for being here. I love you. I love creating, and I look forward to doing another card making class for you right away. Thanks, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.